Hmm. Hey, it's the MorningCryptos. It is day 8 of my new 90-day challenge to go deep into the rabbit hole of Bitcoin, altcoins, the Cryptoverse, all that kind of stuff. And today it's Monday, January 8th, and we're going to be meandering through the neighborhood of what's up, what's down, what's sideways, what's happening. And it is actually, we're having a heat wave here in upstate New York. It's almost 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Kind of feeling hot. I might even go outside. It's been quite a couple of weeks of cold. And all that being said, let's jump in. Let's get all Monday morning on this shit. Okay, let's go. Start the music. Well, Mama Papa Bitcoin looks like we've had this recovery, and it's kind of a lot calmer than we're used to Bitcoin being. So let's go and look at the news and see if the reporters are frustrated that it's not either crashing or exploding. Let's see what we got here. We got to hit refresh. And we're down a little bit, 15,517. And Bitcoin price live. Coin price slips as China plans orderly exit from Bitcoin mining. As if that news has anything to do with anything. But I think anybody who knows anything knows that we all have to make an orderly exit from Bitcoin mining. It's just going to take a couple of years. How does the futures hold for Bitcoin in 2018? Okay, big deal. Then we have this price analysis from a day ago. That's it. That's all I can stir up here. So let's look at the charts here. I had drawn a line on the 1 hour chart here on Bitcoin, and we have dipped below that. But I'm not feeling like it's gonna do anything crazy here. We'll see. If, however, I did take some profits into Bitcoin. I felt like Bitcoin was ready to make its next push, but I could have been absolutely wrong. We'll see. And so now I'm going, okay, I kept telling myself I wasn't going to do this again, but it's, I get sucked into the positive news as well, and it's like, okay. So my basic feeling at this point is I'm going to watch this. If we come up any significant amount, and if ADA goes down any significant amount, I'm going to use my Bitcoin to buy more Cardano ADA. So let me just show you what I'm thinking here. Here's ADA against Bitcoin. Very flat. We're at this spot, and I love this when it gets flat and it starts stretching out and tightening down. To use my new indicators, let's see what's going on here on the 1 hour chart. We have on the RSI, Cardano is right in the middle. It hasn't really slammed down to this 30 line, which is kind of what I wanted. But that means there seems to be a lot of strength. Relative strength indicator relatively seems to be fairly strong, even though it isn't boosting. Well, it boosted like crazy. And it's now above where it was during its last its last sideways run. We were down here at this 4,925, or let's say 5,000 Satoshi level, right? That's a big even on the Bitcoin chart. And now we're up at the $6,000 level, essentially. Right, so there's two big evens. We boosted, and it came back, and now it's finding its new level. To me, that's totally healthy, just looking at the charts. And the thing to remember with Cardano is it's really early in their project. They have a 5-year plan, blah, blah, blah. And so I had bought in at, I don't know, 11 cents or something. So I took all my profits yesterday at, I think, $1.07. Or the day before, I don't remember. That stuff I don't hold in my mind. But now I'm looking to buy back in. And I'm going to use Bitcoin to buy back in. So I want my Bitcoin to go up and I want my Cardano to go down. Just see what I mean? But either way, it's all in the timing. If Bitcoin has a price boost today, I'll just buy more Cardano with it. If it stays flat, I'll just buy whatever I can buy with it. Because I feel like Cardano, even though it's early, even though it's pumped, still has room to rock. But we'll see if it can hold this price. If it starts kind of slipping on the price, that may warrant buying more of it. We'll see. But on the so let's look at Cardano against US dollar tether here, which is what I used the other day to buy some back. I bought it back. What did I buy it back at? I bought it back at $1 because I was out and I'd made all my profits. And now $1 was actually a very profitable place. So if I get in at $1 and it holds, I'm good. It's down now to 92, which is acceptable to me. But I would just look to buy more if it starts kind of retracing back to this this next line down here. So this is what I'm looking at. If we have a retracement in Cardano down here to the 80 cents level, that's definitely a buy for me, because this is one of the projects that just got me excited. I got excited because of their plan and because of the team and because of their understanding of the challenges and what they're trying to do to solve them. So, there's fundamentals here as well as just plain old chart looking stuff. So, all right. So my concern with Bitcoin is it's below the line that I want it to be below. We have a trend here, but that could be good. It has on the 1 hour chart touched this 30, came down twice. So we'll see. It might be ready to go, or it might be getting scared. Who knows? I don't know what China's going to do, but ultimately there's one of the problems of Bitcoin is that the majority of the miners are in China. And I think they're scrambling to move their operations out of the country. But that's got to take time because it's physical infrastructure. It also, all this mining uses a lot of electricity. So most of the other new coins, the third generation coins, are moving to proof of stake, not proof of work. And Bitcoin is still proof of work. Ethereum is still proof of work. And I benefit from this because I have some mining contracts and they're open-ended. So every day I get Bitcoin, but I don't get it in Bitcoin because Bitcoin is too expensive to move around. So I have it converted into Dash at Genesis Mining before they send it to me. And so I get Dash every day instead of Bitcoin. Now, think about that. That's why I get really... I don't like the feeling I get when I take profits and the only thing I have, I need to take profits into Bitcoin just because of where it is or what it's doing. So we'll see. We'll see. And right now, this line of mine, I don't know what I did. Come on. This line of mine has to be moved here. And see now, it's an inchworm without any support here. So it's below support. That could be a good thing. So let me get rid of my line. Let's get rid of all my lines here, just for fun. Other than this one at the top. This is where our resistance is, and I think we may work up to it and see if we can. I'm just going to watch it today. And if it comes up to this line and Cardano keeps going back down, I will buy Cardano with my Bitcoin. So that's my plan for today. let's put some of these Bollinger Band things on here. See what the Bollinger Bands look like, just because I like to say Bollinger Band. Whoops, sorry. So we are definitely down below the bottom support line of the Bollinger Band. We had a little squeezing not too long ago. This is somewhat squeezing, but not really. Okay, so I don't know if that tells me anything. Let's look at the 50, the 100, and the 200 hour moving averages, and we have dropped below everything. We're coming down now to to the 200. And if we rest nicely on the 200, that'll be a good sign that some more action might come in. But if it can't hold, then that's shit. We'll see. It could be bad. It could be very bad. And that's just the feeling I get with Bitcoin. It's just so damn high, and there's so much opinion floating around, and it seems to be pretty news sensitive. So, but the good news here is, let me make this bigger. We seem to have some green here. I think people are, I don't know what people are doing, but this is people. This is a group of people. And right now the sellers seem to have a little bit more of an opinion than the buyers. So we'll see. The things that I'm really actually interested today, the things that I'm watching closely, are Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Gold, because we have the sweetest little wedge going down. Not so little. It's on the 1 hour chart, but we just keep squeezing down here. We just keep squeezing down into this beautiful little wedge. And to me, I mean, if you could tighten it really tight down here if you use that middle one. It all depends on which support or which resistance you're landing on, but pretty much either way, we're tightening down, right? We've been up and down in this channel, and it's looking like we're below the 200 hour, we're below the 100 hour, we're quite below the 50 hour, and yet we're still on the trend line. That's the thing. See this nice solid long trend line here. So I think it's going to pop. I think it's getting ready to pop, but no one's talking about it right now. It's just like everybody's looking at other things, and meanwhile this thing is setting up. So that's what I've been saying for the last couple of days, almost a week, 2 weeks now. Just move. And again, it's like a bell. You ring the bell and the vibrations, and it's ready for another ring, right? It's just like a guitar string. You watch any movement-oriented thing that vibrates, and it's a wave pattern. It vibrates back and forth, and then eventually it gets still, and then it seems to be ready for its next boost. So let's pull back and look at it on the 1 day. And on the 1 day chart, it's it's there, but it may just need to go sideways for longer. That's the other thing. Sometimes I tend to be really early on these sideways channels, but I usually am pretty on target with it. I mean, that's how I read Ripple, and I took some pretty good profits out of Ripple, just because it was going sideways, and it went sideways for a while, and I was able to just get in and just let it go and not be impatient with it. So, so I'm doing okay on this one. I don't know if there's much else to say. Let's pop the moving averages. Oh no, I just took them off. We don't have the moving averages here. Just because the chart is not old enough But we are way above, on the 1-day chart, we're way above the 50-day, and we're way above the 100-day. We don't have a 200-day yet. So it's still above its trend line, but we don't have that much data, so because it's still new, but it seems to be holding quite nicely at this 2400 big even here, this 2400 spot. So Bitcoin Gold is kind of doing, on the 1-day chart, it's below its little baby 50-day moving average. What's it doing on the Bollinger Band? Let's look at a Bollinger Band. Not too enlightening. It's not narrowing down like maybe it might not be ready to pop yet. But if you look at the space, just the space between these two boosts, right? And between these two boosts, it is longer, right? It's taken longer. So we may, if we kind of look at the horizontal time frame, we may not boost till we're out here, right? Because these are, we had energy, excuse me, we had energy, and it's, coming back to its place. And so we'll see what happens with that. But that's what I'm looking at. And like all things, I'm just learning this, people. I'm just kind of playing with what is the deal with this. Let's look at the volume. I haven't looked at the volume for a while. We don't have a whole lot of volume, but it's not horrible. We had a kind of a little rise in volume, and then it's dropped off. There's some sell volume right now, but it doesn't seem to be crazy, and we seem to the world seems to have forgotten it in the excitement over Tron and Cardano and all the other stuff. It's the quiet ones that you gotta watch out for, because that's the one where you want to get in and you want to set up. And this to me is like tracking. You're tracking animals in the forest. It's the same. You're paying attention to signs. You're stopping. You're listening. You're observing. And that to me is what I delight in. And it's why my personality seems to be fairly well matched to this. I don't know long term, but so now on the 1-hour chart, Bitcoin Gold, we are below the 50-hour, we're below the 100-hour, and we're below the 200-hour. And yet we have some pretty good support here. And in fact, let me adjust my line here. In fact, I'm just going to get rid of this, so I can just draw a new line. I mean, I'm just going to get rid of it. All right, so what we have on the 1-hour chart, the way I am looking at it, we have tops and we have bottoms. I'm just going to get rid of the volume for a second because it's kind of in my way. I can just turn these things on and off. I'm going to get the moving averages out of the way for a second. So again, we have one of these squeezy down things, and it may have some more time to go before it squeezes down and pops. I think we're going to have a pop. So that's why I'm hanging on. I don't have a ton of this, but I have enough to be interested. And where's my RSI? I must have gotten rid of my RSI. Hold on, let me get my RSI back. I want to look at it. RSI. Boom. No, I have two RSIs. Why? Well, I don't know where it went, but we're getting rid of one of them. Okay. And luckily I changed the default so it's still yellow. Good. So on the RSI, we're getting down towards the 30. And we've hit it 1, 2, 3 times, and we've only popped above the 70 once in all this time. Basically since the 21st of December, we've hit this bottom 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and we've only hit over the top once. So that, to me, if I'm understanding how to interpret the RSI correctly, that just looks to me like we're getting ready, right? We're getting ready for a move. So that's what I'm really, it's these two that I'm focusing on, and then the difference, when I go to Cardano, the US dollar Cardano on the 1 hour, we're kind of below support here, but it's not horribly below support. And it seems to be really holding at the 90, 92, 90, 90-ish, 92-ish range, right? So that's what I'll be watching today. And I think that's enough. There's a lot of other things I'm looking at. But I think that's really the crux of where I am right now. Bitcoin, I took profits into Bitcoin, and because it seemed like Bitcoin was getting ready to make a boost, and it might be. I bought back into Cardano at $1, so I'm now out of the money a little bit in Cardano. But if it does anything above this line here, I'm in profit, and I think it's gonna make some. At least it's gonna go to 130 again. It's gonna try to get back up over here. There's gonna be a push, but I don't know if it'll make it. So, but either way, at $1, I think it's a good project. People really like this project. The word on the street is that this is the future of crypto. And let's just get my this out of the way here. But it also could be a long cooling off period that may take a while, right? So that's kind of where I am. And if Bitcoin goes up at all today, I'm going to buy more Cardano with it. And I just looked at the US dollar tether chart of Cardano. But let me look at the Bitcoin chart of Cardano. So it's much flatter against Bitcoin because Bitcoin's dipping a little bit right now. So that's the pairing piece, and it's kind of thinking three-dimensionally. Do you want to buy it with US dollar tether? Do you want to buy it with Bitcoin? Whichever. I had US dollar tether, and I'd been holding it for a while, and I'm like, I want to get this in where it can start working for me. So that's what I used. But next buy with Cardano, if I decide to get more of it, I will use Bitcoin. So hopefully that makes sense. That's it. That's all I can handle today, people. I've got so many other things I'm thinking about, and I just wanted to keep this somewhat precise and just show you a little bit more of how I'm using these three new indicators: the RSI, the Bollinger Band, and the moving averages. And probably today I will start looking at some other indicators, and I'll take a week playing with the other indicators, and we'll see what we can learn from that. So hopefully this is helpful to you guys. This is me learning to trade, and so far it's earn while you learn, and I'm doing pretty well. Just a couple of other things. I've kind of spread out some of my stuff, so I have some crypto over at Coinbase. I have some in my Exodus wallet. I have some at Bittrex. I have some at Binance. So that if, let's say, any of those get hacked or goes down or, has some weird regulatory thing, I still got enough so I could get right back in the game if I needed to. And I think hopefully that's healthy. Hopefully it's not being paranoid. But I'm trying to be strategic here. and manage the risk, because there is risk, although most of what I'm playing with is profits at this point and house money. But I think deep thinking is in order here, and taking some time to just kind of ponder and meditate and observe. And that's what I like to do. As a kid, I used to go out into the forest across the street from me. There was a lady across the street, friends with my parents, let me walk on her property. She had 40 acres. And it's all been developed now. It's suburban McMansions now, but at the time it was woods and forests and fields and stream. And I used to just go and sit in the woods and just observe and watch. And the quieter I got, the more things I saw that the average person might have walked right by. And so bringing some of that energy into this, all the indicators are great, but at the same time, you have to get a feel for the energy in the market. And I really like Cardano because it has these sideways ranges and then it has these pulses. So far that's what we've seen. And it just goes up and then it goes sideways, then it goes up, then it goes sideways, then it goes up, then it goes sideways. And that seems to be nice stepping stairs here, but you notice these long sideways things are getting shorter. Right? So this sideways thing may not be as long, but we also don't know if the boost will take it right up to $3. We don't know, right? So it's something that I want to be in just in case, because we've seen it right from the beginning. Flat, boost, flat or slipping, then boost. Flat or slipping, then boost. Right? Flat, boost. Flat. Are we ready for another boost? Or is it going to be a long drawn out flat? We don't know. But you want to buy at the flats, right? Don't buy at the boost. All right, so that's it for today. Hopefully that's helpful. I love you guys. I appreciate all of your comments. And if you are actually digging what I'm doing, please subscribe. Give me the thumbs up thing. That helps a lot. And if you are open to music, check out my most recent live performance video, which is on my channel. Just dig around for it. It's there. I uploaded it last week. And I think that's it for the news. That's it for business. And again, I appreciate you guys very, very much. I hope you have a great week. Let's make some more money this week. Let's crank. Let's learn. Let's expand our repertoire of indicators. And let's do research. Let's really support ourselves in a manner to which we'd love to become accustomed. Thank you very much. Let's start the music. I'll see you tomorrow.